Yo, what's happening, guys? Welcome to yet another edition of the Music Spotlight. If you are a brand new member onto this channel, just make sure that you like, subscribe, as well as comment on the comment section. I would like to know from you, what is it that you think of the music that we are profiling this week, that we're looking back at, that's been released in South Africa. There's been a lot of activity when it comes to hip-hop in the country, and it's such an exciting time after a genre was on the back foot for the longest time. And don't forget to check out my show on Power 98.7 between 10 and 2 p.m. every single Saturday, playing you nothing but great music, local, international, as well as African music, whatever it is that you like listening to, right? So in the previous video, I spoke about my first thoughts of Sete by K.O., Blackie, as well as Young Stunner. And that song has just been announced that it's gone 2 times platinum. So I was not off the mark by just saying that that song is a masterpiece. But I also spoke about Skhanda Republic 3, which is the big project that was released last week that a lot of people have actually been waiting for. And I managed to sit with it, right? Because I like sitting with music. I don't like skimming through music. Do you fools listen to music, or do you just skim through it? Quoting Jay-Z on that one. But K.O. is a phenomenon, right? Like, we can agree that this is a phenomenon. We're seeing a once-in-a-lifetime artist that has been able to do something consistently over a long period of time. He's been doing it since the times of Tear Gas. And for him to perform at this level with Skhanda Republic 3, it's something that's just super, super commendable. So I got to listen to the album. He kicks it off with a great intro, which flips in the middle. It's called Empire. And that song can easily on its own qualify to be a single, right? Like, he's just reaffirming his status in this rap game with that. Like, when you listen to it, you're like, okay, cool, I want to listen to the whole album. So that intro was just a masterpiece as well. And it looks like he stuck to the similar producers that he's worked with over time, and it's sounding nice. We move on to Mushito, which is also another one of my favorite songs. I think that's a true, authentic Skhanda record. So if you've been listening to the Skhanda Republics from the very first one, you would know that that's a true Skhanda Republic record that's in Mushito. You expected a song to be like that, especially if you are a guy that's not expecting K.O. to move away from his original style, which he started, right? Because I don't think there's anyone else that's rapping. Sete comes afterwards. The song that actually moves me so much, and you just gotta give it up for Sarkody's verse on Fezega, featuring Zuma as well as Bobby Cooper. Another smash on that one. Let me just see which other one of these songs is one that you should be checking out. Stapora, of course, Java, another extraordinary artist teaming up with K.O. on this record. So all in all, this is, I won't say that this is K.O.'s best work, because I think Skhanda Republic 1 was the best work. It was going to be hard for him to top that, even with Skhanda Republic 2, as well as the other singles that he's dropped in between. But it's up there in albums that need to be memorable in the South African music discourse, in South African hip-hop, especially that it came at a time when hip-hop was on its back foot. So yeah, K.O., dig the album, sat with it. I've played it about 3 or 4 times already. Dig it. New music that's out, AKA's also come through. Lemons to Lemonade with Nasty C. A lot of people have just been ranting and raving about the Nasty C verse, but you have to give it up to the producer that is AKA on that song, right? Like, every single time that this guy makes a record, he still reminds you that, yo, guys, you guys gotta remember that I was part of Ivy League, right? So some of your legends had actually come to me for music, had actually come to me for beats. I can think of the likes of Pro as well as other rappers during that time. He did that record with, they did that record with Kulichana, No Mohanga too. So yeah, he reminds you with that sampling, with that very nice and groovy feel. Dig the Nasty C verse, but I also think that Keenan held his own. And I'm not much of a fan, right? Especially when he does the auto-tune. But every single time he comes out rapping, I remember a campaign that he did for Reebok, where he was rapping there, and it used an Allen Iverson sample. And I was like, okay, this is the AKA that I dig. So that melodic one, it was the very first time him capturing me with that melodic side of AKA. And there's also Cassper Nyovest has dropped a brand new record that he did with a guy by the name of King. from London. I'm forgetting the name of the record. I'll think about it. I'll think about it right now. I was bumping it a bit earlier on. It's also good to see that Cass is back to writing. He's back to making hip hop. And 4 steps back was maybe a setback, but he's bounced back strong with this one. It's a true hip hop record. I wish that he had actually collaborated with someone from London, because that London sound is so very. It's so rich, right? Like in the way that they play with words and everything that they do on their record. So I was hoping that maybe a verse from someone from London was going to make it into that record, but it was also a dope record, man. Yo, but yeah, it's also a dope record that you should be checking out. Pardon My Arrogance is the name of that record. So yes, those are some of the big records, big releases, but this KO album is just simply amazing.